Previously, on part 3 of the Sheltowee Trace fastest known time, I continued to deal with the ankle and shin issue that has been plaguing me since day 2. Running is getting harder and harder, and controlling the pain and swelling is a constant battle. We say goodbye to Chris, and Jordan and Leonidas prepare for the long night ahead. The urge to quit is strong, and I'm already running on fumes from lack of good sleep, but we push on towards the halfway point, trying our best to stay positive and optimistic. Thanks for joining us for day 4 on my supported FKT on the Sheltowee Trace. All right, the sun is out, and as you can see, it is going to be an absolutely gorgeous day here on the Sheltowee Trace. My spirits are really high right now because I'm filled up with caffeine. A nice hot cup of coffee at the diner. All the heat was rolling in there. It felt good because out here it's like 38. It's a little brisk. I got a Leonidas with me this morning for this first, not the first 7 miles, but this next 7 mile block that we're walking to a trailhead to meet up with Jordan in my truck. So I think we got a good plan for today. The good weather is going to definitely help stay positive and optimistic about reaching my goal. So let's go get her done.
We've got 6.6 from the diner to our first aid stop with Jordan. We're going to break the day up in 2 parts. That breakup will be to be determined based on how we're feeling, and we're going to get this knocked out. Should be beautiful today. It's actually going to be kind of warm, potentially 67 degrees today.
Boy, oh boy, what a gorgeous day. Starting to warm up pretty good out here on the Sheltowee today. Some of the pain's returning. Trying to keep it at least a 3 mile an hour or faster. It's gonna be a long day. It's amazing how quickly you come down from a high, and then how quickly you can bounce back up to a high from a low. It's a roller coaster ride out here, folks. Whew.
Pretty cool.
Here's a little glimpse of some of this grand places we are walking past. That is beautiful. Very rugged through here. And technical. Interesting bridge we got here. Great big log. It used to be a suspension bridge. You can see the remnants of it right there.
Good morning. This is Wednesday, which is day 3, 4. I don't even know now. I'm so tired. I just woke up from a little cat nap while I am waiting to meet Jason and Leonidas here by Highway 80. There's a little Sheltowee sign behind me. Last night, Jason and I hiked till about 1:30 in the morning to get to the Wildcat Monument, which is a Civil War monument in McKee, Kentucky. And I could tell Jason was in a lot of pain. I could hear him wincing occasionally as his foot with the swollen ankle would strike the ground. And when he took off his sock last night, it was swelled up like 2 balloons, like almost double what it was the night before, which is very concerning. We've adjusted our timeline a little bit. I think up ahead we're going to set up a little bed for Jason and let him try to get some sleep at Laural Lake. And hopefully we can do another 30 miles after that, all the way to Thunderstruck Road. I think I'm going to try to hop on trail with him and pace him a little bit. That seems to help with momentum and maybe distract from the pain a little bit. But yeah, I'm just hoping he's not seriously injured and that he can continue. And I have a feeling if he can, that we can still set an FKT. Whether it's 5.5 days, 6.5 days, doesn't matter. I'm just excited to see what he can do. And hopefully his body holds up. Yeah, they should be here any minute. I'm gonna keep setting up.
All right, here we are. Crew is busy getting stuff ready for me. So I titled this one Trouble on the Trace. There's been a little trouble, but we're hanging in there. We've had to adapt, overcome, and there's been many mental and emotional highs and lows. It has been a roller coaster. So just filling in real quick of what happened yesterday. Yesterday I ended up with 55 miles, made it to the just shy of the halfway point at Wildcat Battle Monument, whatever it's called, at mile 172. Didn't roll in there till 1:30 in the morning. My feet were in severe pain, kind of like they were on my unsupported attempt. I would say yesterday was probably the top 3 hardest things I've ever done in my life. But I feel much better now. So I'm not in trouble now. So yes, it was a little bit of clickbait, sorry. I'm a little more optimistic. I've had some really good highs already today after having breakfast at the 49er Diner. Hey, Tom. I'm going to keep it up. We're going to keep pushing. Day 3 ended this morning while I was eating breakfast at the 49er Diner at 7 a.m. So we are about 3 hours in on day 4. At currently at mile 184. I'm still on pace to reach my goal of 5.5 days, but it's going to get harder and harder and harder because of the lack of sleep. And my pace has dropped because I can't run anymore. All I can do is speed walk. So I'm trying to keep everything a little quicker than a 3-mile-an-hour pace, unless we're in a really technical section, because it has been freaking technical. From 49er Diner to here. Where are we at? What's this trailhead called? Does it have a name?
Highway 80 trailhead.
Highway 80. So we're about 12 miles. How many miles down to Laural River Lake? That's about 202. So
about 16 miles.
Yeah, 16 miles down to Laural River Lake. Thanks, guys. Go, go, says the Colonel. I'm going to try to keep pushing and go straight through into a 60 and get through Cumberland Falls all the way to Thunderstruck Road, and I'll still be on pace. I'm going to go sub 6, guys. I got to break a bone to keep me from going sub 6. Did I say broke a bone? I can't even think straight, man. I'm looking rough, man. In 2 more days, I'm going to look rough. I'm going to age 10 years out here on this trace. Whew. All right. My crew's got me all kinds of good grub up here. I've been chowing down, got me all restocked. Been eating some guacamole and chips. I've had some bad swelling in my right ankle. Got my compression sleeves on down there. I've been taking extra vitamin C and some gelatin just in the form of Jell-O. Thanks to John Harden for recommending that. It does seem to help with the swelling a little bit. I got some Voltaren cream I rub on some tender sore spots. It helps with swelling and pain. And taking lots of turmeric and all my other supplements. So, alrighty, guys, I gotta get rolling. We'll try to check back in later, but I don't know if we're gonna have cell service much from here on out today. So that's why I'm on here early. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting me by watching and commenting and all your prayers. I really appreciate all you guys. I will catch you here on the next one. Pine Creek Church up ahead here. That's supposed to be Pine Creek Cemetery. And as I've said in other videos in the past, as I walk by here, these people definitely know how to decorate their tombstones. And there's my aid stop. Take a load off for a few minutes and get hydrated and fueled up and start making our way down towards Laural River Lake. Well, first we'll go through the Vanhook Falls area. Beautiful place. I can't believe it. I can finally run again, just barely. Got this nice gradual downhill, and the pain has subsided in my feet just a little bit, and I feel pretty good, so I'm trying to take advantage of it. I mean, it's not a very fast run. We're talking 13, 14-minute miles. I mean, Leonidas can still walk fast and keep up, so it's not that fast, but this is gonna help me make good time the rest of the day. Just about to mile 190.
All right, we're at Sinking Creek. Yeah, you can, maybe you can see the bridge is kind of sketch.
Sinking Creek suspension bridge. Yeah, it's had some damage. I'll stop rocking it while you go across that. It's a little sketchy getting across it now because it's missing some planks and the framing underneath it's breaking apart. Yeah, not very safe.
Alright, so we just came out of our last aid station. We forgot to do any filming, but we're ready to go again. We'll get limbered up and then we're going to head on up the trail to Vanhook Falls.
Just left a aid stop. Had some broccoli and cheese soup and some ravioli, some guac and chips, some Coke, some ginger ale, some Advil. Man, every time I stop, I get sore. It takes me about a half mile to limber back up a little bit. I thought I was getting better because I was powering up the hills for the last couple miles, but man, I'm still hurting. But we got a new plan. We're coming up on Vanhook Falls and then Laural River Lake, which is going to be mile 202. I think we're 7 or 8 miles from there right now. Yeah, we're at 193. And we're going to push on to mouth of Laural boat ramp. I think that's what it's called. Before we go into the Cumberland Falls section, the real technical stuff. And that's going to be right around 8 o'clock, so it'll be dark. And we're going to set up my tent and camp there for 5 hours. We're expecting to get there between 8:30 and 9. I want to be up and on trail hitting the Cumberland Falls section by 2 a.m. We've crunched all the numbers and the mileage, and if I do that, that'll still get me sub 6. I'm going to be fall off my 5.5 day schedule. That's fine though. I'll still get sub 6 and have 5 hours of leeway there. Wiggle room. So that is the new plan. I'll let you know if anything changes. What a glorious fall day. Just look at that. Man. Perfect weather. Perfect time of the year to be on the trail.
Alright, we're still heading to Vanhook Falls. We saw Jordan for a minute. He checked on us to make sure we didn't need anything, and then from that spot we had 6 miles. So once we get there, I think he and I are swapping, and he's gonna run the rest of the day with Jason. Put me at about 25 miles for the day, 25 or 26. So, alright, we're gonna keep on pushing, we've been getting under 3 miles an hour here recently, I believe, so we're gonna try and stick with that. So.
Beautiful area, one of my favorites. Hasn't been much water flowing on this trek, but there is water flowing here at Cane Creek. I believe that's what it is. Very nice. Oh, got about 1.5 miles up to the trailhead to meet Jordan and my truck.
Mile 200 right there.
All right. Woohoo! We just hit a big milestone, mile 200. I wish it was over. We got 140 some miles to go. Oh my gosh, I didn't think we'd ever get here. Leaving Vanhook Falls and heading over here to the truck. I'm starving and I'm thirsty. I'm tired. We're currently walking around Laural River Lake. It's quite a few miles. It takes a long time to get around this thing. And right up above me is the Holly Bay Campground. And we probably got about 6 or 7 more miles to go yet, down to mouth of Laural. And that's where we're going to camp tonight. It's probably only going to end up being about a 42-mile day. But like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of my game plan since we're getting behind and I'm hurting, and since I slowed down so much. So I'm going to get some quick shut-eye, hopefully be back on trail by 2 a.m. and start playing catch-up.
So we're here just across the dam, getting ready to cook a burger and some soup for Jason. He's a couple miles out, maybe 4, so I'm going to just kind of get everything prepped and ready so that I can start in probably 30 minutes. Went and got him some ketchup and mustard from the marina. And we're gonna do this up and get him so we can get done, because it's already almost 7:30 and we were trying to be done around 9 tonight. So we'll see what the plan is once we get where we're going. We're gonna try and get, I think, 5 hours of total downtime, 30 minutes on both ends of it, so 4 hours of sleep tonight, hopefully. We're gonna try and do a Epsom salt, hot Epsom salt, or warm Epsom salt soak on his foot, and then do an ice bath before he goes to bed. All right, on the menu tonight, we've got what will be a cheeseburger and some wild rice and I think mushroom soup. It smells pretty good. It's from Costco, so their soups are usually pretty darn good. So that's what's going on. I got his water ready. I don't know if we're doing caffeine for this last run. I almost think we're not, but I figure I'm just gonna wait to fill till I ask him. So
Howdy, buddy.
I'm not good.
so, I've heard.
Well, today we ended up at Holly Bay Campground. The original plan was at least go to mouth of Laural, another 2.6 miles, but I didn't have it in me tonight. So it's about 10:30. I'm gonna hit the sack and get up in 4 hours at 2 o'clock and be back on the trail at 2:30 to whittle away at this a little bit more. Today was rough, very, very painful feet. My feet muscles. I don't know what's going on. I've never had this, well, I had this problem before in 2021, but that was because I had a big heavy pack. I haven't had any foot pain, muscle pain problems in my feet for 2 years. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll deal with it the best we can. See you tomorrow for day 5 on a Sheltowee Trace. In the next episode, after another short night at Holly Bay Campground, we tackle the technical Cumberland Falls section at 2:30 a.m., trying to make up for lost time. 2:30 a.m. Thursday. Here we go, let's do it. I may have finally figured out what has been causing some of my problems, and we make some drastic changes to our game plan. I think I just figured something out. I think I've been sabotaging my own attempt and didn't even know it. Adapt and overcome. That has kind of been the mantra of this FKT. We make up some good time on Thunderstruck Road and then are stopped dead in our tracks from a late night thunderstorm. It's been pouring all night since we set up camp. We actually set up camp in the rain. We were about ready to call it because it was raining so hard. We all try to get some sleep while waiting out the storm before moving on to the final 100-mile push to the southern terminus. All of this and more coming up next on the beautiful Sheltowee Trace.